Welcome everyone, Jokan is here, continuing with my Digimon Field Guide Rambling series. As said last time, I am going to be talking about the Champion Digimon, so let's go on, get ahead with it. Starting with, well, the main character, I suppose, Agumon. He debuted in Digimon Crusaders. It was a mobile game, I think. Yes, it was. In terms of design, he's a satyr, isn't he? Got some bluff on the thighs and the vest. Got some horns, white hair, a red scarf, which is a rather important icon for this game, but he's a bit of an odd design, isn't he? Because once again, he's a humanoid with a fully uncovered face and ears, though his ears are pointed, kind of like an elf's, and he does have the goat legs of a satyr. So yeah, some would say this is an odd design. I think it's okay, not my favorite if I'm gonna be honest. But well, they tried to do something different. But yeah, sure, he's okay. He's an okay design. A bit. Champions are called adult levels in Japanese, so it's a bit odd that he's essentially in this game a doppelganger of a young child. But oh well. Also, he has this rather unusual blue gem on the chest that seems to be digging into the skin. You can see some skin markings around the gem. Not here because model is zoomed out, but if I could zoom in, I would show them. But yeah, it really digs into the skin there. Bit freaky. Ikakumon from Pendulum 2, the Deep Savers, the aquatic Digimon. He's a very furry walrus-looking thing with brown, almost black paws and red claws, a big horn that hides a missile, and of course the long fangs of a walrus. Otherwise, he's a rather simple design, but a pretty good one. He's a big boy. He's thick, isn't he? I mean, that's what a walrus is. Walrus are fat and stuff because they need to survive in the cold. Yeah, and he fits all that, except with even extra fur for even more protection against the cold. Actually, now that I think about it, the dark skin with white fur is rather reminiscent of polar bears. Polar bears actually have a dark skin under that white fur, which is technically not white. It's actually transparent. It just looks white because, you know, from afar. But if you look at a polar bear's hair, you'll notice that it's actually hollow and transparent, I believe. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good design. Next, Erdramon from version 1, one of the originals. It seems it was this head shape that inspired Dracomon, but he's a much older entity. He's got hair, he's got wings with holes, obviously, an old Digimon design staple. Very long tail. The green here is very similar to, well, green, teal, whatever, is very close to Dracomon's. A bit odd that he can evolve from it, even though I'm 100% convinced that sorry, wrong buttons. That Dracomon was at least partially inspired by this design, but you know, in terms of head shape and color. But otherwise, for Erdramon himself, I think it's a pretty good design. Got a bit of a bone helmet going on as well, like it. The tail curves. He's also a rather versatile Digimon to put in evolution lines because he can be a holy Digimon, a dragon. He can go into the Megadramon and Gigadramon because of his legless design. Though now that I think about it, he really is missing some limbs, isn't he? Because he's only got 2 of them. But yeah, it's a winged serpent. Maybe the other 2 limbs are vestigial. Or they don't exist at all. Who cares? It's a fantasy design. And it's one of the better ones. I like it. Angemon. Well, he's a simple angel, but he's got some golden details on the shoulder, belt, legs. He's got 6 wings, long hair, the helmet, which is a staple of Angel Digimon, which, I mean, it's a bit odd for me to say, but I guess it's, you know, as I said about uncovered faces and stuff, old humanoid designs always cover most of the face, so no ears, no eyes, just the mouth. Which is, I guess, with what, at least in the olden days, what set them apart from just humans, right? Though, let's be honest, even the most humanoid Digimon aren't really humans. They're either gods, angels, or whatever, right? They just look human. Of course, can't forget the staff, very important weapon. I kind of like when he uses it, but his most important move is a fist beam, so eh. But I kind of like it when he uses it, at least in the anime. This guy's from version 2. He's a pretty old one as well. I like the design. Also, a lot of white, not just from the wings, but the clothing. Very consistent color scheme, with a little bit of blue as well. Can't forget the blue. Yeah, pretty good. Digimon, also from version 2. He's a blue and black bug, as befitting of the inspiration of the Hercules beetle, which is the Kabutomushi in Japanese. He has a helmet, because that's what Kabuto means. It means helmet. I think that's a helmet. Like, I wonder what it would like under there, what it looks like. We may never know. He's got a rather nasty mouth, doesn't he? Like, from the bottom, he's got a bottom jaw, but also side jaws. Very nasty stuff. He's got a spike. Otherwise, it just, you know, the wings are nice. Not damaged, though, which is rather interesting. Kind of rare for an old Digimon to not have damaged wings. Otherwise, it's just a pretty cool exoskeleton-looking thing. So yeah, you can see some... It looks like both the bottom and the top here have some holes in them, which is rather evocative of a certain evolution that he had in the version 2 pet, which is not a bug at all. It looks kind of like bone, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, he's a great design, I think. So yeah, next. Gargomon from the 3rd movie, The Evolution of Terriermon. He does look like a big Terriermon, doesn't he? Though he's now fitted with pants, a bullet belt, and some arm... guns? What is that? It looks like a revolver chamber. But it's also got fingers and... odd. He's got some facial markings as well. He gets to keep the singular horn, but now the color scheme is swapped, right? Because the tips are white, but the top of the head and most of the ears are green. He's okay. I think he's a bit awkward. It's, I guess it's a reverse Donald Duck thing. Instead of oh, it's a duck that doesn't wear pants. It's a rabbit dog that wears only pants and nothing else. I always find this sort of a single article of clothing on animals a bit weird, but I think it kind of works. Although, now that I think about it, it looks like the pants are clipping into the feet there. Whoops. And the pants seem to be clipping into the pants themselves. A bit odd, but I think it's fine. Not a bad one. Here we have Garurumon, also from version 2. We're getting a lot of version 2 mons front-loaded. He's fine. He's a standard, well, not standard, but he's a wolf-like design. Another of the old Digimonisms that you find from old artwork is these sorts of fur strips that represent like manes and stuff, instead of a single, you know, big crown of fur. It's it's a bit more separated, right? Those are the ears, but if this were any other sort of design, it would be just a single mane, right? But no, it's split into the strips that I said. You can find some here and here as well. Otherwise, it's a somewhat monochromatic animal, almost. He's mostly blue and purple. You could argue even that this is not purple, but maybe blue. I don't know. I don't have the paint tool to examine the color. I suppose I could take a screenshot out of this and figure out later. But yeah, here we have the pink reddish nails, same as the ones in the Gabumon's fur coat, because the Gabumon's coat is made out of Garurumon data, which does result. So when Gabumon evolves into this, does this mean that the coat takes over and forms a new Garurumon? I don't know. Rather freaky. But a long snout as well. I think he's cool. I like him. Pretty good. Simple, but it works. Gindyumon. He's a beast dragon, but he seems to have lost most of his fur. He does have fur at the end, but is that because it's a natural part of him, or is it like a flourish that was quote-unquote added? Because this isn't an armored dragon. Like, he's got some samurai armor on him. You know, these what do you call these, lapels? I'm not sure. Quite like this brim here on the helmet. Once again, the marking of the prototype Digimon. This Pendulum X 2.0 mon is a pretty cool looking one. It's, the classic, Chinese dragon, Chinese, Japanese, Eastern, of, the very long body with the, 4 limbs, 4 legs. A bit of blue here that isn't present in most of the design, but actually, looking at him from the side, he looks kind of thick here, doesn't he? A bit thick and wide, but he's fine. This is a classic Eastern dragon, pretty cool looking, but with a samurai flourish. Very good, love it. Next is Grizzlymon from, Digimon World 3, I believe? Bearmon's natural evolution from that game. He's got a crescent on his head. He's got armored gloves, which, now that I think about it, are very Gaugamonish, but we'll be talking about him later. Otherwise, he's just a bear, a blue bear, or purple, violet, whatever this is. He's got shoulder pads. That's it. Pretty cool looking. Pretty... yeah. Besides the fists here, he's mostly a simple design, so yeah, I think he's good enough. I think he's good, yeah. Don't have much to say about him. Let's go to the next one then, shall we? There he is, Greymon. Another simple design. He's just a dinosaur, an orange dinosaur with some blue markings, and the brown hardened helmet with 3 horns. This version 1 Digimon, being one of the originals, is a classic, and there's not much that I can say about him. He's a good one. But, it's, you don't need to do just simple designs, but what I mean to say is, it's the cool thing about early Digimon, you pick a thing, you make a somewhat simple design out of it, but you had a little bit of a flourish, a little bit of a, this isn't just, a thing. This is a thing, but it can be more, a little bit. This sort of a exoskeleton helmet. Yeah, it's good. Next, Cordromon, the blue version. Another 10th anniversary Digimon, evolving from Dracomon. And a rather unusual thing is that you can clearly see the scales, which is not very usual for reptilian Digimon or dragons or whatever. He's got the blue, he's got the red spikes. He's another Classic example of the freehorn design, right? Kind of like Greymon in a way. Though these ones point backwards. Although if you look at some of the Champion Digimon manga, you will see that Greymon actually had horns that grew like this instead of the side horns from the helmet. That will be relevant for the future Digimon I'll be talking about. Once again, classic wing holes. Yeah. He looks a bit more sleek than Greymon. Though Greymon does look a bit sleek in this one, but for a decent chunk of the franchise, he does have a bit of a fat gut, doesn't he? Not this guy. This guy is sleek, he's slim, and he's ready to fight. Love him. Love him. Pretty good. Of course, we can have Greymon without Geo Greymon. He's Greymon, but he's much more spiky. He's got spikes here. The helmet has additional spikes at the brim. Some markings that kind of look like scars. Or, you know, oh, and of course, can't forget the armbands. 2006 Agumon isn't here, but this Digimon Cybersmon still gets to keep them. Yeah, it's not that much different from Greymon. I actually kind of prefer this one over the original just because it has a little bit more color, you know, a little bit of red, a little bit of extra red, you know, it doesn't hurt. It's not too much, you know? And he does have slightly different legs, but not too much, you know, he's familiar yet distinct. Like him. Pretty great. Next is Strike-Dramon from, what? Digimon Tamer's Brave Tamer, the video game from the WonderSwan, I believe. He's kind of like Gordramon in that he's a sleek and slimmer, you know, dragon deal, but no wings. He's got the hair though. Orange hair is quite common, isn't it? He's got some armbands, the purple scales. I suppose they would be scales, but you can't really distinguish them. He's got, once again, the Gargomon deal of we have a singular article of clothing in the form of pants, but nothing else. Though he does have some armor pieces, you know, shoulder pads. The armbands are also armored, so are the feet here. His tail is also tipped with the armor, so he looks ready to, well, as his name says, strike. He will strike you, he will punch you, and with those claws, that will leave some nasty wounds. I like him. A bit of a shame that he wasn't as featured as much of the rest of the Monodramon line, but it took him a while, but I'm glad to see you back. You know? Well, actually it was in Hacker's memory as well, but you know, being that sort of a WonderSwan only Digimon that then showed up on the old card game around the same time is a bit of a... He ended up being a bit outside of the public eye, but yeah, it's pretty cool to see him recognized again. Snymon from Digital Monsters version WonderSwan? Yes, WonderSwan. Similar to version S, it's another video game that was an adaptation for the virtual pets, except instead of using Digimon to get the new ones, the new Digimon were replacements. You know, you would get some special egg or something, and it would replace some of the Digimon with others. I believe this is a Kabuterimon replacement, so he's taking Kabuterimon's place in the evolutionary tree. He is a bug, so he has 6 limbs. Nope, they're 8. There's these tiny things here that I could count as limbs, so he's not really a traditional bug. I do quite like the quadruple legs. I like the sort of 4-leg designs. He's a bug centaur of sorts, isn't he? If you think about it. But yeah, love the scythes, love the face markings. I love bug designs that don't have eyes but have these face markings. They're great. He's also got these protrusions here. The abdomen looks good, the wings look good. They seem to have holes, or not, I can't tell. They look a bit damaged. They're flapping too fast for me to figure that one out. Maybe I should take a snapshot, but oh well. Yeah, he's a great bug design. A bit of a shame that he doesn't really have any associated Digivolution lines that I can remember, but I'm glad that he's here. Sick design, one of the best. Love it. Zuba Eagermon. I'm glad for that uppercase E there, because it took me a long time to figure out how that monster's name was pronounced when I first saw him back during the 20th anniversary. It was like Zuba... Nope, it's Zuba Eagermon. he is a quadruped rather than the bipedal Zubamon. Still got the big sword horn with the 20. Still got the red eyes. Missing the cape though. And rather unusually, he seems to have a sword sticking through the body. That's a bit freaky. Also got a sword tail. He's all about those swords. Even the ears look like they could puncture you. Ugh. Though I would say the back legs here are a bit thinner than the front ones. Can they take all this weight? Presumably this is a... Actually, is he completely made out of metal? Because he doesn't say like dragon Digimon or lizard or... Well, they don't say lizard, they say reptile, but it says weapon. So maybe this is a full metal guy. He's got the brim at the back. Looks decent. Yeah, he's decent. He's decent. Kinda preferred Zubamon, but I think this is decent enough. And of course, for his special move, he spins around, so that's a threat of double blades, maybe even 3 blades. Sorcerermon. Has he always been called Sorcerermon outside of Japan? I don't remember. I thought it was Sorcerymon. Sorcerymon? I'm not sure. He's a Wizardmon recolor from the Digimon card game on the PlayStation, I believe, or was it PS2? No, PS1. I'm drawing a complete blank on that. I'll check that later. Since I will be talking about Sorcerermon first, though, I guess I'll be doing most of the talk here. In regards to Wizardmon, maybe. We'll see. He's got a... He has, the boots, the gloves. He's got the bodysuit with 2 colors. It's mostly white with some teal. Is this teal? I don't know. He's got the skull. He should have a... Maybe they didn't model it because it's covered by the... Because it's covered, but Wizardmon had a stitched mouth, and I believe Sorcerermon is the same. He's got the nice pointy hat of a wizard. The cape with the Digimon... Are those Digimon runes? Is this the... What is it? The Digimoji? The Digimon alphabet here. I wonder. He's got moons. One on the zipper, 2 on the boots. And the most unique part of Sorcerermon is the staff, which unlike Wizardmon's, this one depicts a snowflake because he casts snow magic and stuff, I think. Yeah, light and ice. So yeah, he's a pretty sick design, I must say. Good way of making a wizard, even if he's a bit freaky with that stitched mouth and even the pants here have a face. Look at that. That zipper could open and bite you. Next one. Gatomon. Yeah, it's just a cat. Cat gloves. Why would the cat need cat gloves, though? I don't know. This version as Digimon was one of the Digimons that could be a result of a fusion. It would later be introduced in the Nature Spirits 1.5 and the anime, obviously. Got the Holy Ring to show its holiness. But otherwise, just a simple design. Simple cat. Okay, there's a bit of a elephant in the room here. I learned very recently that apparently Gatomon was actually supposed to be a mouse. And in a way, you still have those sort of mouse-ish proportions that you see in cartoons. Maybe that's what the gloves are for. Maybe Gatomon is actually a Mousemon. Ooh. Nah, she's a cat. By this point, there's no question about what she is now. She's a cat. But, she still has some of the designs that would... she's still influenced by a cartoon mouse design, so, yeah. I think she's decent enough. Next is Doberman. Quite a creepy looking dog, huh? I mean, he's a Doberman, but... Doberman. But, are those supposed to be eyes? Because he's got red eyes, and then there's this red here. It's the same as the eyes. Are those eyes? Does he have limb eyes? He's got a spiked collar and blades at the back of his feet. Quite freaky. But I think I like it. His spine, though. Whatever. He's a freaky dog. He will not hesitate to bite, I guess, but full of weaponry in a way. Well, I like it. Where did it originate from? Tamers, I believe? Yeah, I think it was during the Tamers time. Next is Birdramon from version 2. This Firebird looks pretty good. Um, they animated those flames pretty well, I must say. But otherwise, it's just a Firebird. But just a Firebird. Not really. That's a very unusual mouth, though. Sort of elongated. Not even a beak. I guess it's an actual mouth because I mean it says giant bird, but it says Birdramon as well. Is it Bird Dragon? What is this? Anyway, the flames look good. Finally, Birdramon is getting the treatment that it always deserved. And that means that this design is elevated. I'm just trying to get a look at the tips of the wings. They almost look like they're simulating the flames are simulating the wing holes as well, which is sick. You know what? Top design for the champion, especially in this game with all the flame effects. Love it. You can clearly see there's a solid body with some flames surrounding the design, but yeah, that was really the best they could do, and honestly, I wonder if they can do even better. I'm not sure. I think it looks pretty amazing. Phytamon from Dawn and Dusk. Probably one of my favorite lion designs because most seem to be bipedal, but this one, quadruped, with some armor at the legs. Big mane. This is a more traditional mane rather than what Garurumon has. He's got a helmet and he's got fire effects. Here. The tail as well. And of course the crown. I suppose that's a crown because, you know, lions, king of the beasts. And the wings look pretty good as well, actually. Man, they really went above and beyond with this one, I believe. One of the best. All the way back in Dawn and Dusk and still today. Love it. I don't think there's much to say. Next is Vidramon from the V-Tamer manga. Would later show up as Pendulum Formon, Wing Guardians. He's got the back-facing horns, which is actually what Greymon kind of looked like in the manga, which kind of explains his design. This is a corrupted, well, not corrupted in the dark sense, but corrupted in the digital sense, corrupted Greymon. He evolved from an Agumon, so it's pretty clear this was supposed to be a Greymon, but something went wrong and turned into this instead. He's got the V, he's got two solid colors, and not much else. I like him. Not a bad design, pretty decent. But yeah. Seriously, even this crevice here, even Greymon has this in the Champion Digimon manga. But yeah, he's pretty much supposed to be a Greymon that turned weird. Well, pretty cool. Brymon from Digimon Story Lost Evolution on the DS. I can barely see one of his eyes like this. I cannot spin in a way that I can see his eyes, but it's there, I'm pretty sure. A Wandering Swordsman. He's got two swords. His wings look good. His clothing looks cool. He's got the full set. It's not just a shirt or pants, it's got both. The beak looks good. The hat looks good. He's got a pretty good color scheme as well. Lots of red, yellow, and orange. Ties it well together. He's pretty cool. It's pretty good. He hasn't had much appearances, so glad to see you, buddy. Glad to see you back. Peckmon, Ninja Bird, from Savers. Though I think he showed up in Digimon World DS like a month before, maybe? I don't know. He's got the yellow scarf, he's got the purple ninja clothing, long legs, because ostrich, big fluffy tail as well. It's got wings. That I think might actually be functional, despite being an ostrich. Not my favorite design, but he looks rideable. I mean, he is, but he looks almost built for it, you know? He's got enough space there. He's got the neck is covered by clothing as well. I didn't notice that. Also, that looks like a nice hat there, buddy. And he's got quite a mane of hair, doesn't he? Even the tail looks hairy. Not feathers, but he's decent, but not my favorite. Mojamon. This one is from what? Let's see my notes. Version 4. Okay. I guess he's supposed to be the abominable snowman, a yeti. Yes. I don't know. Looks weird. Actually, he does look weird because he's all furry and stuff, but the hands are furless, the feet are furless. Otherwise, he's just a big ball of white fur. Basic, not bad, but not my favorite either. Got some purple tips, but that's it. Not much that I can say about it. Ugh. He actually looks rather odd, doesn't he? Ugh. And we're going from snow towards more snow with this version 2 Digimon, Digimon. If the previous one was simple, then what is this? Even more so. One big solid color, black beads for eyes and nose, and 2 red beads for what? Snowman decorations? He's a snow bear, right? Like he's like a snowman, but he has a bear head, right? The cartoon bear head. Well, he looks decent enough, I guess. I kinda like his appearance in the anime, but looking from the back, there's not much to him, but Well, next. Unimon. There he is, a prime example of Digimon design. Take a simple idea, take the unicorn, give him wings like a Pegasus, put holes on them, put stitches on them, put some scars on the body, and maybe some visible blood vessels, like bulging out. That's it, that's Digimon. Oh, and of course the visor, the helmet with a visor, of course, can't forget that. He's simple, but effective. Well, he's not as simple as the previous entries, but he's a simple idea with an amazing execution, I have to say. One of my favorites. This version Fremon is just perfection. This is classical Digimon perfection from the old days. Not that... Well, what I mean by perfection, I don't mean that like later Digimon Awards. I'm talking specifically, if there's an example of great old design, it's this. Because there's great old designs and great new designs as well. They're doing different things, you know? And if I want to talk about classic design, there's no better place to look than Unimon. Ah, Raptor Dramon, another natural X carrier. He kind of looks like he would evolve from Ryudamon, but this guy is a version 1. He's a Pendulum X1 Mon. Or is he a Pendulum 1.5 Mon? Actually, he is a 1.5 Mon, isn't he? Because this is the one that has the Alphamon line, right? Yeah. This is an XM 1.5 Mon. Evolution from Dormon. Very furry looking, but he's got some armor on him. Actually, he's an android, or cyborg, I think is what the Japanese version says. So he's not a... Well, android is a very bad designation, because what android means is human, right? Andros. Like andro, and like where we get stuff like words like androgynous, and you know, it means something that looks like a man, and this doesn't look like a man, it looks like a dinosaur with some mechanical wings. But yeah, cyborg would have been better, because he's an organic being enhanced with cybernetics. It's what's happening here. But otherwise, looks pretty good. I never quite noticed this. He's got a bit of a backblade, huh? Kind of like Zubeigermon, but he's rideable, but where? On top of here? Doesn't look very comfortable. I can like him. Not a bad one. Looks very fierce, at least. So that's good for me. Deputymon from Pendulum 5, the Metal Empire. He's a gun that uses guns. He's got the Black Mage obscured face deal. He's got the red scarf, very important. Sheriff's hat. Well, I don't know if this is a sheriff's hat, but, you know, classic Wild West design. He's got pants, he's got boots, he's got the gloves. He's a cowboy through and through, you know. He's a gunslinger, is what I meant to say, a gunslinger. He's a gunslinger. A gunslinging gun. Whatever, let's stop with this. I kind of like him. Not necessarily my favorite, but it's a case of ridiculous of early Digimon ridiculousness. You know, sort of human design, I guess. Well, not human, humanoid. Man, they really weren't afraid of this coming up with this, huh? Whatever, let's just move on. Leomon. Leomon. He's got a... Well, much like other lions, he's bipedal. The early designs seem to be going for that sort of thing, but he's a warrior with a sword, scabbard at the back, massive mane, and it's got a earring. He's got a collar, of course, as a proud warrior. He must have been the fangs of the beasts he slayed or something. I don't know. Belts, can't forget belts. Another classic Digimon design. He's got some scars. I think that's a scar here. The pants with no shirt, obviously. Classic. Big feet and big arms. Very bulky lion. Yeah, he's pretty good. Bit weird that a beast would be a sword wielder, but then again he's a sword wielder, but his signature move is a punch. You know, what can I say? He's a multidisciplinary warrior is what he is. Yeah, pretty good. Repamon. This is a Kamaitachi with a fox mask, a lot of hair, and a metal tail, very sharp, has its own subconsciousness. This Digimon Axel Ultimate Genomon is rather odd, because, I mean, the blade even has eyes. I guess it can look. Actually, those are the only eyes you can see because the face is covered. Very odd Digimon. Not my favorite, but he's okay, I guess. Icemon, a Gotsmon recolor made out of ice. I have nothing else to say. It's a recolor evolution. This one comes from Digimon World and that's it. I mean, he looks reflective. That's pretty cool. Next. Wizardmon from Pendulum 3, Nightmare Soldiers. I don't have much to say about him. He's still got the face on the pants. He's got the cape. Though the blue seems to be the same as the Sorcerymon. It kind of sort of melds with the purple of the back. Much more obvious skull here. I don't think Sorcerymon had this. As you can see, the biggest difference is the staff, which has a different shape here, which is that of it's a Tamagotchi. It's even got the buttons of the Tamagotchi. That's pretty cool. It's also got some protrusions, some spikes. They look bladed, actually. I think it looks like you could stab someone with this. Well, not much to say other than he's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Which one? From what? Pendulum Progress 2 Armageddon Army. Is it? I think this one was also one of those designs added as one of those fan designs, right? That got officialized. There are some I think I might have missed, but I think Kokwamon was one of those. But well, this official version is pretty cool. Got the witch's broom, which actually has a seat on it. The witch's broom has a seat. That's pretty cool. She got a cat familiar. She's got the blue eyes, a freaky smile, nice hat, also with a cat mark. Belts, can't forget the belts. Actually, she's got belts around the legs. How can she move outside of her broom? Weird. Also, massive hands with blades in them. Pretty cool design, I have to say. Yeah, pretty good. Galgamon. There's what I want to talk about. The Galmon's gloves got ruptured by the claws. They're pretty much ornamental now. He's got scarf hands, which is very weird. Otherwise, he's a simple wolf design. Or dog. Maybe dog. Big dog. Big husky, perhaps? I don't know. Bandages on the back legs? I like him. I think I might even like him more than Garurumon. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty good. This Saversmon, it's pretty good. Speaking of Saversmons, Kawapamon. While previous Savers Digimon were in the Digivice IC10X, the Agumon, the Lalamon, and Galmon, this one was added to the Digivice IC20X, which I think is also what has the Falcomon and the Kudamon lines, even though Kudamon's line is older than Savers for a little bit. But yeah, he's a Kappa, but instead of the traditional dish, he's got a disc spinning. Again, he's classified as an android, which would be a cyborg, but he looks more like a puppet Digimon. He's even got the stitches. He's a plushie, isn't he? He looks like it. He's got the shell, the beak, like a duck turtle looking thing. Got headphones. He's got a pretty good stance, I have to say. I like him, but not super much. Actually, I think this one's like Peckmon. He's got an early appearance in Digimon Story, didn't he? Not sure. Kiwimon from the Wind Guardians, Pendulum 4, I believe. I like Kiwimon. He's a little bird, no wings. He's got leaves growing out of his head, and a nice helmet. I like the helmet. Very simple, long, almost. It's a bit too long to say this, but almost reminiscent of the Witch Doctor's mask. I'm assuming unintentionally because kiwis have naturally long beaks, but with the way that it's a mask, how it's placed, yeah, very Plague Doctor mask-ish. But otherwise, he's a simple design, but a pretty good one, I have to say, I think. Yeah, I like him. Kiwimon from Tamers, Evolution of Renamon. Still got the black sclera, but also fire on her feet, blue fire, and on the tail as well. Well, the tails. She got 9. Yep. Nice ornaments, and a nice solid color scheme of yellow with some white. Pretty good, love it. Pretty good fox. Yeah, fox, she's supposed to be a fox. Because of the, Firefox. Ha 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 ha. Fake laugh turned into... Oh god, I laughed at my own fake laugh. Well, not laughed, I chuckled. Anyway, next, Clockmon from Digimon World, actually. Well, this design comes from Pendulum 5, I believe. The Metal Empire, but there was an actual clock in Digimon World, and that's how it worked. There was a little guy with a hammer, I guess, supposed to hammer the bells. Are those bells? Is this what it's supposed to be? I don't know. Yeah, he's supposed to be an alarm clock in that one. Except he doesn't seem very functional here. The poor clock hands aren't moving much. And the clock itself has an eye. You can see wires. He's got some cannons, some little cannons in the grippy here. He's actually pretty cool, I have to say. I like this sort of a humanoid weird figure coming out of a machine. Yeah, I like it. Next, Centaurmon from version 3, was it? Yes. Jets on the back, which expel some sort of fluid to propel him forward. A nice helmet with a crest, though the crest seems to have been damaged. He's got a fiery tail, which I never quite figured out was a part of his design. I thought it was just orange hair, but no, it's flames. Hardened purple plates, with even a ring, like a ring there, but how hard can it be if it can be pierced? He's got the wires here because this is cannon arm, but his normal arm just has a chain. He was imprisoned? Why would he be imprisoned? He's a protector, isn't it? Also, the shoulder plate is like stitched into his actual shoulder, like, ugh. Freaky, but pretty good design, I have to say. Cyclopean as well. Quite like him. Yeah, like him. Next, Sunflowmon from Savers, Lalamon's evolution. Rather weird, isn't it? Lalamon was not a flower or plant lizard, but they turned her into a plant lizard like Palmon and Floramon. Guess they couldn't let that design go away. But it's pretty simple, just body with spikes on tail, big leaves, almost look like wings, and a flower head. Very, very simple actually. Surprised that they would still be so simple at this stage, but even Gaugamon and a little bit of something, but no, this is very, very simple design. Still, the leaves are damaged, so you can see that part of Digimon still hasn't left at this point. Seadramon from version 1. The blue body, blue teal body, the red tail tip. 4 fins, 4 side fins, which almost look like limbs, as opposed to the fins at the back. And of course, the yellow head looks pretty good. Love this sort of the design here on the head. You know, the fins that kind of look like dragon wings. I really love this design. Can you tell? Can you tell that I love this design? Oh, I'm exposed. The eyes look very fierce as well. Love this guy. Pretty great design, I have to say. One of my favorites. Next is Sealamon. That took me a long time to figure that one pronunciations correctly. This one is from version 4, and much like Seadramon previously, he was then placed on the Pendulum 2, the Deep Sabers, the aquatic Digimon. So he's a coelacanth, a very old fish that was thought to be extinct, but actually isn't. And much like how much like how the coelacanth looks, he's got this sort of roundish face. He's armored though, which is very weird for the fish Digimon, but looks decent. He's also got arms and legs. Another weird design, but I like it. I like it. He's an armored fish, which is not a very usual design, but I like it. You can still see scales here. That's pretty cool. I like him. And we're still not done with the aquatic Digimon, because we have Shellmon from version 3. Did I say this was a 3? No, this is a 4. This is a 3. He's a hermit. Well, not really hermit crab, but what is this? Shaped like a hermit crab? Huh. I knew I had this in my head because I had seen it before, but it doesn't... I mean, the shell looks like one, but the body itself isn't. It's like something else took over the hermit crab shell. But anyway, he's got some weird fingers. Like, you can see he has the suction cups at the bottom, if you could, but you can't. Then there's the mouth, very segmented. Some tentacles that I guess are supposed to look like hair. The shell looks cool. Even it's got some barnacles. So yeah, pretty decent design. Next is Starmon. This one is kind of like a Deputymon in the sense that it's a weird, humanoid, ridiculous design. This one comes from, well, actually it comes from Pendulum 1. Surprisingly enough, Nature Spirits. What's so nature about this guy? I don't know. He looks like a star. He's a star man. He's got gloves, some pretty cool looking ones, some pretty cool looking boots, but he's a big metal star with a scarf. A yellow one, not red, so it's not important. But yeah, I kinda like this guy. I like just how overpowering the star really is over the rest of the body. You can barely see his arms and legs with it. Like him. Even if it's just a big ball behind, but yeah. Tankmon. This one's from Digimon World, later introduced in added to the Pendulum 5. Tankmon is a tank, obviously, a I suppose it's supposed to be a toy tank, considering which part of Digimon World he's in. Though he's not so much a toy that it can't fire real projectiles. He's got 2 atom cannons and the big one in the head as well. Green, obviously, for camouflage. Even the body is camouflage colored, sort of. He's got hair though, but yeah, and he's got some wires, I suppose, some tubes. Sorry there. Anyway, he's got some. He's also obviously got the tank treads, but he's got a second set of eyes and a mouth as well. I think this is the first time I'm paying that much attention to them. I never realized it, especially since it's moving, it's jumping. You know what? Freaky, but I like it. I like this design. Pretty cool. Mud Frigimon, like Frigimon. He's a monocolored design. Not much to say about this guy. Where does he come from? Where did I put my... Oh, no. Oh, Digimon World, right. For a moment I thought he would have been from the Digimon card game from the PlayStation, but no, he was Digimon World, so he's an enemy Digimon there. Digimon World had a lot of recolors. They were all enemies, if I remember correctly. But I don't have much to say about this guy. He's like Frigimon, but he's not made of ice or snow, he's made of mud. Why mud? A mud man, but oh well. He's decent, I guess. Next, Dino Human from Digimon World 3. Sick design. A lizard man with blades on his arms. He's got another one here, another sword, more like a knife, a cleaver, I suppose, and a big sword here, held by, by a sling. A feather, some, tribalistic design, I guess. Once again, pants with no shirt. What's happening here? But yeah, he's a sick design. The eyes are weird, but I like them. He's Gotemon's natural evolution, which makes sense considering that Digimon World 3 has a bit of a fist, blade, and shot design among with the starters. Bearmon is the fist, Gotemon is the blade, and the shot is represented by Monmon, which is missing. Actually, all of his evolutions are missing from this game, which is a bit of a shame. I kind of like Ganondramon, but yeah, Dino Human's sick. It's amazing. I quite like the action pose of his official artwork where he's pulling the big sword by the sling, like he's ready to equip it. But this pose isn't so bad either. Yeah. Next we have Tyrannomon from version 1. He's a simple dinosaur, but got some back spikes. Pretty cool. Green combos pretty well with the red, I have to say. He's got the blue eyes, but otherwise, simple dinosaur. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like him. A bit of a shame he doesn't evolve from Agumon, but... oh well, what can I say? Still like him. Turuyamon from what? Okay, so this guy was added in the D-Arc Ultimate version, which means he was introduced during the Tamers era as the non-corrupt evolution of Lopmon. As such, he's got the 3 horns, much like Gargomon. He's got the white tips of the ears, with the main color being at the top here. Though purple wasn't Lopmon's color, it was more like pink, but oh well. Nice clothing, not just shirt or pant. He's got some nice weapons here. What are they called? I have no idea. Well, no matter, he's got a pretty good action pose, and I'm quite glad to see him represented in games. Being kind of like Strike Dramon in the sense that since it wasn't featured in the anime, he ended up not being featured in other media as much. Yeah, glad to see him. Pokémon. This one was introduced in the anime and later added to the Wind Guardians Pendulum 4. She's a cactus with pricks, with boxing gloves, a bit of hair. Not much else. Simple design, but lovely. I mean, I like those fists. Yeah. Because Togemon was added to the pet without Palmon or the others, Togemon ended up being sort of an evolution of Floramon as well, but well, I think I'll just move on to Dreamogemon from version 3. A simple white and purple with the drill. He's supposed to be a what is it? A mole, right? A mole. He's got his work. Well, he's got some pretty easy work ahead of him. What? Drill. Hands are drills as well, so he can dig pretty well. Otherwise, just simple design, like him. Not super amazing, but yeah, he's decent. Oh, look at this guy, Dorugamon. Now, this is what made me fall in love with the Dorumon line. This guy, look at that. Sorry. Look at that dark fur and threatening expression. He's going through his edgy phase, right? This X1 Digimon. Pendulum X1. He's got the prototype mark. He's got actual wings now. Man, love it. Love the arms, love the stance, love even this big fluffy tail looks almost like a brush. But yeah, good stance, good color, good wings, good everything. Love it. One of the best. This is what true Dorumon strive for. Bauhakmon, 15th anniversary Digimon. He's a bit weird. His head is weird. I think the proportions are a bit odd, but his back legs now have swords on them, which is indicative of what he's going to become. He's still got the goggled hood with the cape. There's a nice sword tail at the back, but it's too long for me to properly see it. I like the red there though. The front legs are pretty good though. I like this sort of wide foot with the claws. Looks stable, unlike this. So I'm gonna say he's okay-ish. Not my favorite, but Blimpmon. I was under the impression that he didn't have armor on this side, but he does. He's also a rather unusual mon, being one that was added to the old card game but didn't really have any other appearances at the time. Generally, those sorts of Digimon are relegated to being forgotten, but he seemed to have a bit of a revival in recent years in terms of popularity, and I'm all for it. He's got two heads. Would you even call these heads? I don't think they're heads. They're just eyes on a machine. Got the propellers. You can see the blimp. What is this material? I forgot what blimps were made of. He's got cannons. They face backwards, but presumably they can turn forward. Got the spike, so he can ram, and he's got the lower deck has got guns as well. Oh, more guns here. Just guns everywhere. What a fighting platform. Love it. Love him. It's pretty good. And I'm glad to see him in 3D. Really am. Next is Meramon from version 1. Much like Birdramon, he's a body made of fire. He's got stitches on his mouth and blue eyes. Simple design, but a very effective one, I must say. Look at all that fire. Looks pretty good, man. Glad to see it. Yeah, he's pretty good. Not much I can say about it. You can see the sizzle, can see everything. Monochromon version 4. Yeah, version 4. Just like the name implies, he's monochromatic. Actually, there's a bit of a pun going with that name. It's But I keep forgetting what the name of the dinosaur is. To be honest, it's not even a true... That name isn't even used for dinosaurs anymore. Monoclaw something, I don't know. It's not used anymore, I believe, in the field of paleontology. But yeah, he's got the white body, he's got some scars, can't forget the scars, this is old Digimon we're talking about. Even the black plating has some punctures on it, some holes. But yeah, he's one of my favorite old dinosaur designs, I have to say. Love him. Love the color scheme, love the body. I'm a bit of a sucker for the quadruped dinosaurs, if I have to say. I think they're some of the better designs. And, well, even the reproductions of real dinosaurs always look... The quadrupeds always look good, you know, the ceratopsians and others like them. Next is Lekismon. Lunamon's evolution. So a bunny. Got some thick thighs, but the leg then goes very skinny. Very skinny feet. Full of fur, I guess. I guess they shaved the fur down there. Ugh. Got some weird... What is this? These weird blue tentacles here. I don't even know what they do. Do they act? Do they do anything? I don't remember. The helmet's nice though. Looks pretty good. This one from Digimon World done in this looks pretty good. Oh look, the moon. Yeah, pretty good. But not necessarily the best, but... like it. Oh boy, it's Ice Devimon. A recolor of Devimon from Digimon World. He's a very skinny mon, isn't he? Look at those long, skinny arms. The legs are skinny. He's dressed in white, presumably, but he's also white himself. He's got massive whole wings, possibly the most striking of all the old designs. He's got the purple there for a purple marking. Yeah, I like him. Though I think maybe the regular Devimon looks better because of the black color, but this one's fine. Wendigomon. From the third movie, this is the Pyrus evolution of Lopmon. He turned into a hulking, furry beast. He's got a bit of a bandaging going on here. He's got a hat, he's got horns, green hair, a creepy face with beady eyes, spikes on the shoulders, but otherwise, I think it's a pretty cool design, I have to say. He looks very threatening, which is what he should be. Next is Woodmon from the Nature Spirit. No, not Nature Spirits, Wind Guardians, Pendulum 4. He's just wood with 4 legs, 4 arms. He's hollow, so you can ride inside him. Where do the eyes connect to? What does Woodmon eat? Considering that it's hollow, does he eat? Very odd Digimon, but I actually kind of like him. Yeah, he's a good design, I think. Arms are hollow as well, these ones. Ogremon from version 3. He's you know, he's a green skin, I guess, I suppose, you know, ogre. Not very traditional ogre though, because he's muscle, but he's lean muscle. Well, besides the fact that his back is massive, but yeah, lean legs, lean arms. He's got a bone club. He's got leather shorts, but no shirt. Not a gauntlet, but a bit of a protection for his arm. Skull markings, nice horns, nice ears, nice teeth. I quite like the teeth here, the ones at the sides. I like the curved shape they get, even though they don't look very useful, at least not for eating. They maybe for biting an opponent. I don't know. He's got some nice long white hair, doesn't he? What's with these bumps though? Ugh, kind of creepy. But you know what? He's actually one of my favorite champion designs, just by how threatening he is. Also, fun fact. The slot where Ogremon is in the virtual pets is the same one that Leomon has in the version 4 pets, which is why they're rivals in the Digimon Adventure anime. Pretty cool, huh? Octomon, 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 there is no better design for classic Digimon that exemplifies the battle damaged nature of these creatures. He's got the cracked pot, I guess it's a pot that fell into the ocean and got barnacles. It's cracked here. The saber is chipped at multiple points, and he seems to have lost 2 tentacles, which were then stitched with someone else's limbs. And by someone else's limbs, it might actually not be limbs at all. These might be David Ramon's tails, which means he chopped 2 of them off just to replace his tentacles. Even this one seems to have been lost and replaced with something. Unfortunately, David Ramon is not on this, even though he's one of my favorite old designs as well. But this Pendulum 2 Deep Sabersmon is a pretty cool one. Amazing. He's also got some horns and a crown, but yeah, amazing. One of the best designs. One of the best. One of the best oldies. He's old but golden. Gardramon. From Digimon World, actually, later showing up in the Pendulum 5. This brown machine is okay, I guess. He's got a hatch here, it seems, but otherwise, I have to say he's not very remarkable. Maybe because of his bulky design, I suppose. Yeah, he's not super special, but he's decent, I guess. But got some wires, the head shape is very odd though. He's got jets. But yeah. I don't think I have much to say about Gardramon. Shell Numemon. You would think that having a shell of his own would make him, a decent, what could I say, a clean member of the Numemon, but no, he still tosses poop. He still throws the poop. He's a stinkmon through and through. Though I do have to say, I do like the round shape of the mouth here. I like the round shape of the body itself, and the shell's pretty good. I think it's one of my favorite Numemon, but why do you still have to throw poop? Be a decent member of society, man. Don't go around throwing your poop like that. But yeah, he's good. He's decent enough. Growlmon. He's got arm blades. He doesn't use them in this game, but he's got them. Otherwise, he's just a red dinosaur. Why did I say green? Whatever. Digital hazard symbol, obviously. Typical of the Gilmon line, but otherwise, he's cool. I like him. Looks very devilish, actually. Which I suppose adds to it. This Tamersmon is no joke. Got quite a long tail, though. Yeah, like him. Like the bat wings here. Sort of bat wings, dragon wings. Is there a difference? Next is Quagamon. Another one of my favorite bugs. Like Snymon, he's got the case of the face plating with marks but no actual eyes. And I quite like him for that. Same with the damaged coverings. Not the wings, though. Are they damaged? They look damaged. Or no, they're just clipping. Nah, they're just clipping into the wings. But yeah, more examples of battle damage. Love it. And he's still got some Kabuterimon-looking limbs. Well, what can I say? This version 4 Digimon is a pretty cool one. Would later show up in Pendulum 1. Just like Kabuterimon as well. So yeah, we got the 2 bugs in the same virtual pet. Not at first, but later. Speaking of Pendulum 1 mons, there's Gekomon, the frog. Introduced there. He's got the one eye bigger than the other, and they're spiral eyes. He's freak, huh? He's a freaky guy. He's got the trumpet here. Well, a horn, but yeah, that's how he sings, I suppose. But otherwise, he's just a simple frog. even if he has humanoid proportions, now that I think about it. He's decent, not my favorite though. Getemon from Digimon World, a Numemon recolor. This one doesn't throw poop, but has a bad breath. Though I suppose in Digimon World he would be throwing poop. He's freaky, he's slimy, he's got a long tongue, and he's got the stalk eyes as well, and some arms. He's quite cool. Nah. The inside of the mouth is weird with that purple, but yeah, he's good enough, I think. Just because you throw poop doesn't mean you have to... The design is worse. It was just a joke when I talked about that with the Shell Numemon. It didn't impact my opinion of him, obviously. And it doesn't impact Getemon as well, who looks pretty good. I like the wide base. You know? Corgemon, green version. 10th anniversary Digimon. I don't have much to say about him. I already said what I had to say about him when I talked about blue. But the red still combos well with the green, just like the blue. And you can still see the scales and see the battle damage. He's pretty good. Next is Gold Numemon. We still haven't found the original. Introduced as a ultimate at first in a Digimon World Data Squad, which wasn't even a Digimon World game in Japan, but what was it? Digimon Savers Another Mission is a Japanese name? I don't remember, and I don't care. What I care is that he looks golden, he's got some jewelry, he's got wings as well, and his stalks are covered by jewelry as well, and he's got eyebrows. Yeah, he's angry. He doesn't like it that he's being hunted for gold. What? He has a life of his own. Buzz off. Anyway, I'm anthropomorph... Whatever. Words don't come out of mouth so easy. I'm a anthropomorphizing this guy too much. Yeah, that's what I think I said it correctly this time. And if I don't, well, shoot, I'm gonna have to read a dictionary, I guess. Or check a spell check. I don't know. But still, I love him. Love this design. Love the snail with wings. Not a snail, a slug. But yeah. Golemon. From what? I don't remember. Oh, Digimon Digital Monster version Wonder Swan. So he was another replacement Digimon. He's made out of rocks. Some of them are stitched. He's got some wires. He's got vents. He's got back horns, and he's got a helmet. He's decent. Not necessarily my favorite rock man, but he's decent enough. Cyclomon from version 5. And there's his sprite, which, if you were to look at it, it wouldn't look too much like a certain Godzilla monster, even though I guess it was supposed to be Gigan. He does look like he has the crest, but it's turned into a horn. And he's got the massive right arm, but the comparatively smaller left arm. So anything that could make him look like Gigan has been lost, which is good. Yet there was a bit of an issue with the version 5. Apparently it was supposed to be a Godzilla pet, but the deal didn't go through or something. I don't know. So they had to repurpose all those sprites, and they made this out of what was supposed to be Gigan. Looks pretty good though. Well, pretty good, I mean, as in, they took an idea and then changed it to be completely different from its origin. So yeah, pretty good effort, but the design itself is not super amazing. I think I like him a bit better than I liked him in the past, but you know, he's at a decent range, you know. Sangloopmon from Digimon Axel Evil Genome. He's got some creepy red eyes, but otherwise he's just a wolf with a lot of blades on both feet. I quite like the fur here. He's got a nice... The fur looks good here as well. He's got some nice ears, and the wings are pretty good. Some of them cover his eyes, which I think is a pretty cool design choice. Yeah, I love him. Sukamon. He's an actual turd with a mouth. The mouth goes all the way around the body. He's got arms. They have belts, because of course they do. He's okay, but I wouldn't give him the... What do I say? I wouldn't give him the same reverence as Numemon, that's for sure. This version 3 pet is a freak. That's all I'm gonna say. Duskmon from version 5. Now tell me, what does that look like? Those spikes with that orientation. That's right, they turned Space Godzilla into this. Although the horns are curved, so otherwise you probably wouldn't think that this was Space Godzilla. He was given an army theme, you know, with the green scales, the stars at the side of the arm. He's a military dinosaur, and he's full of spikes. He looks pretty good, I have to say. I like him. But he's another one of those that doesn't really have a sort of Digivolution associated with him. Because, you know, he's old and he wasn't used very much. Unfortunate. Devimon. This version 1 mon is one I'm not going to talk a lot about, because I already talked about Ice Devimon. But I guess I can make note of the belts, I guess. I don't remember if I did that. Otherwise, he's just a black leather monster with some cool looking wings. And I think the black and red looks better than the white and purple, so yeah. Deltamon from version 5, oh boy, I'm not even showing the sprite right now because I think it's pretty easy to figure out which one this is. Did they change the sprite here? I don't remember that being... That's not how Deltamon's sprite looked like in version 5. That's not how it looked like. Anyway, it's King Ghidorah. Nice shark head, though. At least it looks kind of shark-ish. But he's also got a more reptilian-looking head here with some cybernetic implements. And a skull head. A dragon skull. He's got 2 tails at the back. I didn't know that. And they even match the side heads. That's pretty cool. Eh. You know what? Just for that, this guy is one of the best champion designs of the game. Love it. Seriously. You've surprised me, Deltamon. Bit of a shame that, much like some version 5 mons, you didn't show up too much, but love it. Dokugumon from version Wonderswan. Another replacement mon. This one for Quagamon, I believe. He's got a big abdomen with the skull, he's got hair, he's pulling on his hair because he's angry. And he's got a lot of eyes. An interesting design choice, having a helmet with eyes popping out of. Nice horns, nice legs, like him. Good design, I have to say. He's furry like a tarantula, right? I guess that's what it's supposed to be. Except 2 of his limbs are not on the floor. That's pretty cool. He's still angry. At what? I don't know. Nanimon, version 4, I believe. Yes. This is actually a Tamagotchi that got lost into the digital world. He's got sunglasses, he's got beard, he's got hair, he's bald though. He's got future marked on him, he's got some pretty cool gloves and boots. But he throws poop. Why? Why? Is being drunk not good enough for you? You have to toss poop as well? Jeez. He's okay, but the ball shape is very weird. Numemon. This slug throws poop, unfortunately. But I like the green with the purple there. And he's got a nice shape. As I said, I like how it expands at the base. He looks like he's got a good foundation to move on. And he's got some decent stalk eyes. I like him. As far as Stinkmons go, probably one of the best. Bakemon. From what? Version 3, though he would show up later in the Pendulum 3 Nightmare Soldiers. He's a sheet ghost, but he's got a mouth and eyes. Is there anything under there? There isn't. He is the sheet. Which is a pretty striking design, especially with how the sheet is torn and goes like that, and the sheet has arms. Pretty cool. Like him. Hyogamon from Digimon World, a Ogremon Recolored that got a slight redesign when it gained an official artwork. Not being just a recolor, he now has ice spikes, an ice horn, ice club, though it looks like it can stab though. Otherwise, not much difference, but I still like him. He still looks pretty good. And we're following it up with Fugamon, much like Ogremon. He's got the bone club, but he's missing the horns. Also, different clothing options. Instead of the leather, he's got fur, I guess. Fur skirt. Maybe animal skin. I mean, leather is treated animal skin anyway, but this one is, I guess, just worn as is, perhaps, with the fur included. He's fine as well. Flymon from version 5. Have you guessed which Godzilla monster was this supposed to be? If you said Mothra, you're correct. Pretty surprising, right? Because this is clearly not a moth, it's a bee. It's got Kunemon's lightning markers, but Kunemon isn't in the game. What a shame. He's got some hair, he's got one of my favorite bug mouths because he's got from like double mandibles going on. Big abdomen with 2 spikes, the legs look fine, and he's got some pretty cool wings with the eyes on them. They could be even hypnotizing, I don't know. I wouldn't look at them. They look very weird, but that's what makes them look good. Pretty cool design. A shame that there's no Kunemon though. Even if he didn't evolve from Kunemon back in those days. Platinum Sukamon from Digimon World? Yes. They polished the turd, but unfortunately a polished turd is still a turd. Just because he shines like platinum doesn't mean he's any prettier. Okay, maybe he is a little bit, but he's still got a freaky smile. He's got a freaky mouth that goes all the way around with a large tongue and the belts. He's weird, but at least he looks a little tiny bit better, I suppose. Black Gatomon. Oh, Black Gatomon is a recolor of Gatomon from the Digimon card game on the PlayStation, I think. Not much to say. It's a black cat, that's very unlucky. No holy ring. The gloves are purple. He's fine enough, I think. Vegemon. Would you believe this is a Stinkmon that throws poop? Not in this game, but he's thrown poop in the past. I know that. You're smiling, but I know what you've done. He's a very weird one. He's like a big nondescript vegetable with tentacles and what is this? Is that fur? Feathers? It almost looks like Elecmon's tail. They're even from the same pet, the version 2. So you could totally see an Elecmon evolve into this. Not in this game though. But yeah, he's okay. He's even got spikes. Is this supposed to be a variant on the plant lizard? I guess it is. I like the eyes though. I like the long shape that and the line that goes all the way from the back of the head to the eyes. Like it though. Minotaurmon. He's a... It says Beastman, but the stitches and the zipper makes me think that this is a puppet. At least how puppet Digimon look. He's got a massive arm cannon, he's got some big horns, big piercing. But then you see this lighter underside, and it's like, is this a suit? Is this a Minotaur suit? And it's actually something else under it. I think I like him. He comes from version S, and he was actually the dark counterpart to Magnadramon of all things. Yes, I don't think I'm lying. Although instead of, he was an ultimate, but instead of being bumped into a mega, he was bumped down to a champion. Poor guy. Mushamon from version Wonderswan. He's a samurai. That's what he is. He's a samurai. A cool looking one. I guess that's supposed to be a Hanya top? Maybe not really, but he's got the armor. He's got some fur. Or is that leather? I don't know. Oh, it's a furry cape. Oh, it wraps around the chest. Oh, that's cool. He's got the pants. He's got more armor. He's got beads. What is this? Prayer beads, perhaps? I don't know. Also, he's got one foot with the sock and the sandal, but then the other foot is beastly. Quite freaky. Does the sock cover the thing, or is it just how he was born? I don't know. Katana looks pretty good. Battle damage, as all old Digimon were. If I remember correctly, this guy was an Ogdemon replacement on the Wonder Swan. Oh, even the other cape is damaged. Pretty cool. Great design. Mechanodemon from version S, later added into the Metal Empire. He was an ultimate, if I remember correctly, but was bumped down into a champion. He's supposedly not mobile by itself, needs another pilot. He's got a freaky eye there. But I like the red here. I like the long arms. Though not he's got like shovels under them. I guess that's how he picks up stuff. I guess the engine's here because I can, slipping Ramble. I like him. Like the idea of a mech suit Digimon is pretty cool. Yeah. Raremon, version 5. Yeah, this one's pretty easy if you know your Godzilla monsters by seeing the sprite. It's Hedorah. I guess this is the one that most closely resembles the original monster, I suppose, but even then they changed his body shape a lot to make sure that he's a completely, OC donut steel, I like the plates around the eyes, which are clearly not lined up properly. Oh, they all move independently. Ooh, freaky. Big mouth as well, but ooh, it's got some wires as well. Though I do quite like this freak, I have to say. Waspmon from Pendulum X3. Funbimon's evolution. Any idea of an organic component has been thrown into the wayside. This is completely mechanical. Jeez. Big abdomen, big round abdomen with a cannon at the bottom. It's got some jet boosters, I suppose, at the sides, but it also has wings. Also looks like he has a coil there. There's some designs that I can't quite make out, but he's got traditional bug eyes, which is rather unusual. You either get normal eyes or face plates, or yeah, he's like Tentomon, right? Yeah, he quite looks like Tentomon. Even evolves from it. Like the color scheme, the classic B, black and yellow. But yeah, pretty good. Love it. Also, he's rideable, but where? You sit here? I mean, I guess there's enough space, but ooh. I wouldn't sit on top of the very thin body here. Aquilamon from 02. Hawkmon's evolution. It's got some good horns. I like the feather, I like the color scheme of the red with some white. Looks pretty good. Although I would have preferred if instead of Glide Horn we got the other move. I forgot the name, but it's the one where he charges a red pinkish sphere on the mouth and fires energy rings, Would have liked that one. But I think Glide Horn is also good enough. Though unfortunately he does not extend his horns, I think. I haven't seen the animation for this game, but in Cyber Sleuth he didn't. If I remember correctly, in the anime the horns extended, but maybe that's just anime shenanigans. If it's, you don't always have to follow anime shenanigans, in my opinion, considering what they did with the one is not very good, but whatever, that's behind. I just realized he's got some lightning bolt looking things on his head that cross the eyes. Pretty good. One of my favorite birds. And we go from birds to dinosaurs with Ankylomon, another 02mon. He's got some golden armor. He's a quadruped dinosaur, so that's bonus points, even though he's not a ceratopsian. He's an Ankylosaurus, which means the tail is bulky and can smack you around. In this case, it's like a morning star. I quite like the shape of the helmet as well, like it forms this sort of crescent. Looks pretty good. Love him. Next is XVmon from 02. Except he was introduced a little bit early in the card game, while the other two probably were introduced around the same time or maybe like a month before. XVmon was actually introduced at the same time in the card game as the armors. So Vmon already had his champion form spoiled all the way back then. He's got, the traditional blue. He's got an X because he's XVmon, so there's the X. The blade horn, which looks sharpened. There's another V here. just to make sure that he's a X, Vmon. Even the X is cut off here, so it looks like a V. The wings are fine, I like them, but I don't know, I think I preferred maybe Vidramon? I don't know. He looks a little bit too skinny. You know what I'm saying? He could use a bit more bulk, in my opinion. But I think he's fine otherwise. Gold Gardramon. He's like Gardramon, but he's golden. He was introduced in Digimon World Next Order because it was the game full of recolors. That was like the whole point of it. The recolors were born out of Digimon World, so of course Digimon World Next Order would, focus on that. I kind of preferred, this color scheme over maybe the original Gardramons, but I don't like how they did it in the card game. The most recent Gardramon Gold card is not a very good looking one. Because it's too gold, like, you can see there's some brown in here, but the other one felt a little bit too much monochromatic, Otherwise, it's just Gardramon. Not one that I particularly like too much, but, decent. Stingmon. He's Wormmon's evolution, and much like XVmon, he was actually spoiled ahead of time in the card game. In the same exact set. Huh. They really were planning these guys to evolve all the way back then, huh? Why didn't the Quillamon and the Gillamon show up there, though? Odd. Anyway, he's a sick design. He's pretty much the closest thing the Digimon will get to a Kamen Rider. Bugman. Good red and green. Good wings. Not too much battle damage. This is around the time when Kenji Watanabe starts to dial down on that kind of stuff. You can see the comparison between Vidramon and XVmon on the official artwork for more of that, but yeah. Black and green also combos pretty well here, I have to say. He's got the spikes here. I think he's probably my favorite of the champions of 02. Chrysalimon. He's from the card game, the old one. The movie skipped this evolution line, so that's how we got introduced. I like the shape. He's a chrysalis, right? The name is still a shame that it wasn't properly localized, even though the Goblin ones were. And those ones also had the same sort of issue. Odd. Nice red horn, nice tentacles that end in spikes. He's also got spikes here, he's spiked down there. He's all spiky, he's an edgy boy, isn't he? And he looks very angry. Like, there's this very thin line that kind of looks like an eyebrow, and it's all that it takes to make him look angry. Amazing what you can do with just a tiny little thing. Love him, he's great. Bit of a shame that he was not used in the movie and they had to be introduced a little bit later. Well, not too much later, but, when the Keramon line was introduced in a card game, they needed some sort of filler, right? And this was the filler. He does sort of look like he could become Infermon, so at least the design makes sense. Love him. Well, I guess we cannot talk about champions without talking about the armors. So here's Submarimon, which is Armadillomon's evolution. You can see Armadillomon's plate here, you can see his ears, but he's got a drill nose, fins, but also feet, a propeller, and another fin here. The cockpit, I guess you would call that, is not very transparent at all. I don't think it is. I think it creates that sort of illusion, but it really isn't. I don't think there's anything modeled inside. It's supposed to have joysticks, or control sticks, or whatever you call them, which would help control Submarimon from the inside, but there's none of that. Presumably modeled. But I think he's a pretty cool design. Introduced in 02. Which is, pretty cool. Shurimon. He's a ninja. A leaf ninja. He hides in the leaves, and he has two big leaves to help with that. He has some very springy limbs. Actually, this and reminds me of ARMS, that one Nintendo Switch game, though this predates it by way too many years, way over a decade. But yeah, he's got some, nice clothing, nice mask, nice headband. Did ninjas have headbands? Because this predates Naruto. Wait, does it? When was the Naruto manga started, now that I think about it? Huh. You know what? I'll do a quick search. Very quick search. Oh. Why am I wasting this much time? Oh, it was... Nope, this does not predate Naruto, actually. Huh. Nope, Naruto did it first. I thought of that because the Digimon anime predated the Naruto anime, but Naruto has been in circulation since the first circulation. It started in 1999, which means it predates Shurimon. Ha! That's interesting. Also, big shuriken at the back, some shuriken at all limbs. One of my favorite armor designs. Pretty cool. Let's not waste any more time. We have Digimon. Another, well, all these armors are 02 mons, and this one is an insect, which is a rather unusual one considering he evolves from an armadillo, but that's, you know, the Digimental Digiegg of knowledge. Very nice yellow color with some purple. The antenna, he's got wings, which are pretty much vestigial at this point. He cannot use them, I think. I like the legs. I like designs that have the fingers spread out like this. It looks like it gives them very nice support, right? And he's got the drills. Very important. The drills are important. Here and here. I like him. Though his other set of lenses are a bit weird. Are they shovels? I guess they could be shovels. Next is Nefertimon, which is a more quote-unquote traditional feline design over Gatomon, but has some Egyptian influence with the, I suppose, the snake here. Though it's not that much Egyptian influence, let's be honest. It's just a tiny smidge. It's just a tiny bit of a, you know, it's just a pinch, not too much. It's, you know, I'd say the name is carrying it way more than the snake, but nice mask, I have to say. Like the gauntlets here, and she's still got the same gloves, but also wings. The 31 flies, which is pretty good. I like this armor design, which although you can clearly see that there's this sort of line at the middle where we have the super simple back but the more detailed front. Yeah, a bit weird. Flamedramon of 02, the courage evolution of Demon, ready for combat, and I like it. I always like blue and red together, and the yellow is also pretty good. Although the armor is very interspersed, isn't it? He's got a faceplate, chest plate, nothing around the belly, but he's got arms, he's got the knees and the feet. The nice shape of the legs, I quite like it. I think it would deliver a mean kick, and of course, classic bladed horn. Love him. One of my favorites, and when I say one of my favorites, I really do mean it for this guy, because this guy would easily get in my top maybe 3 even. Though opinions have changed over the years, but this one stays consistently at the top. If only Shaderamon was here, they would make an amazing combination, but unfortunately no Shaderamon. Would have loved it. Pegasusmon from 02 as well. This guy is Patamon's evolution, and he's a bit more balanced than Nefertimon. He's not the all business at the front, nothing at the back. He's got the back feet, you know, back hooves as well, are covered, much like the front, though he does have the plate at the front as well. Rather odd. Well, it looks very odd when you think about Patamon, but that's just a horse head shape, right? Even if it's stuck inside a plate, but it's weird. He's still got Patamon's wings, which I guess have been reduced to weird looking ears because we have the main wings here. I think he's pretty good. He's also got wings here, like they seem a bit evocative of Hermes shoes, right? He's good, but next is Holzmon. I don't know if it's because he looks weird. Like, he looks a bit too big compared to the rest. Is this supposed to be proportional? Because Holzmon looks massive here. Also, his armor is only here at the front on the head with those massive wings, which he still has, by the way. He still has the wings, Hawkmon's wings, but now he has the feet as well, like these feet. Like, he's a quadruped with an additional set of limbs? Wait, is this the wait, is Halsmon the reason why the story Hawkmon became a Griffinmon? Because this looks like a griffin. Which means it looks pretty cool to me. That's better for me, I think. It's a sick design. But he looks very huge. I wonder if it's because it's zoomed in or something. No, this has to be comparative with the other Digimon. Otherwise, rookies would look massive as well. Huh. Never realized he was supposed to be that huge. And speaking of huge, Lydramon is also looking positively massive today. I like the design. I like the black here. I like the... Well, actually, I think these lightning shapes are a bit awkward. But the horn looks amazing. This looks cool. Ah, wait, he's blue, but he's black here, and this doesn't seem to be armored. So his scales just became black at the legs, but the main body is blue still. Actually, looking at his head is... he looks weird, though. The head looks weird. I guess I never really paid attention to the head, because it's supposed to be a dragon's head turned into a wolf. I don't know. You know what? Let's not dilly-dally too much and go to the next one. I think... Okay. He looks cool, though. Looks cool. Agrimon from Frontier, the human spirit of fire, is a pretty cool design. I like the red armor, the black pants, the white under armor, and the yellow blonde hair. The horns look pretty good on the mask, although he does suffer a bit of a... Is this a Digimon if he's a humanoid who shows eyes? Especially since he's also showing the mouth, but... Yeah, the eyes look weird. Human eyes on a humanoid body look weird in Digimon, but the armor itself is sick. Although I do think that these are... This part's a bit too bulky for my tastes, but yeah, he's otherwise a pretty cool design. Love him. Lobomon, another Frontier Mon, the human spirit of light. I don't quite like this design as much. The scarf's cool, helmet's fine, but it's a lot of white and gray, and there's not much purple. I guess the white's supposed to be the main color, not the purple. Or is purple supposed to be the main color? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what's supposed to happen here. He's got some cool lightsabers, though he doesn't show him here. At least the legs look a bit better proportioned, I have to say. And the shoulders are still fine, I guess. Yeah, he's a fine design. Next we have Lanamon, human spirit of water. She's a bit weird with those red eyes, because in the anime, the eyes look normal, but here they're fully red and not very human looking, but I think that's for the better, I guess. Massive headpiece. Some cool fins here, but otherwise just looks like a humanoid, I guess, with a swimsuit, because I guess spirit of water. The arm pieces are very similar to the headpiece. She's got fins by her hips, but otherwise, yeah. At least she's green-skinned, so she's not just human, but... Huh. Burning Greymon, or should I say Fraud Greymon, because he's not a Greymon. The card game doesn't consider him to be a Greymon, because his Japanese name is actually Vritramon. Jeez, that's weird. V and R together are a bit odd. He's from Frontier, obviously, the Beast Spirit of Fire, and he's I like him better than the Human Spirit. One of my favorite designs, actually, because he's got this nice dark red armor with the gold. Once again, the very stable-looking feet with the back finger and two front fingers. The hands are but he's got some cannons, which they turn around to the front so he can shoot with the Corona Blaster. The helmet shape looks good, and of course, Wings of Fire, very well animated, very cool looking. Fire wings always look good. Also, very serrated looking armor here, huh? Very segmented, perhaps should I say. One of my favorite of the hybrid mons. So yeah, pretty cool. Cool. Beast Spirit of Water, Calamarmon, from Frontier, obviously. This is a giant squid, but backwards, because I mean, I guess the head's supposed to be here, so of course she sprouts out of that body, but I never noticed this. Calamarmon has got eyes all around here. What is this? Oh, that's freaky. Anyway, she's got tentacles like a squid. Wait, does she? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold up. Those are 8. What? The squid should have what, 10? Or do squids have or do different species of squids have different tentacle numbers? I think I've heard that. Anyway, she's got a pretty cool looking headpiece, which matches, you know, the squid thing that she's going on. But she's a humanoid of sorts with the fully visible face and ears. Which, to be honest, I guess is fine because you could say this is sort of what is it called? Shoot, I don't remember. Whatever. It's a beast. It's a monster. So I guess she can get away with that because there's a whole lot of non-humanoid going with her design. Otherwise, she's fine. Not wearing much, but whatever. Got some long purple hair. Never noticed the hair part. And then finally, Gendo Garurumon, another fake Garurumon. His Japanese name is Garmon, so he does not count as a Garurumon in the card game. I think I like him also better than Lobomon because the white clearly won out over the purple here. So he has a pretty good solid color. I like the angular wolf head. I like the gold. There's a lot of gold here. Complete with the blades here, which look like ancient Garurumon swords. He's got wheels on the feet, so if he needs to go super fast, he can do so. He looks pretty good. He's almost like an armored Digimon of sorts, but at least that's how Gendo Garurumon and Burning Greymon feel like. But yeah, pretty cool design. And with that, that's it. That's the end. This is going to be even longer, but who cares? It's just me rambling. It's just how many level 4s I suppose were in the game. You know, champions, armors, and hybrids. But there's some pretty cool designs here. I quite like them. This is Future Draconis to talk about the virus versions of Garurumon and Greymon. I actually forgot about them, so I'll just be adding this little addendum really quick. The black version of Garurumon is pretty good. He's got the same claw color as default Garurumon, but now he has a black coat with some white markings. I don't think him being this monochromatic is as bad as Gabmon because he doesn't lose as much of the detail that Gabmon had, so there's a bit more cohesion between the two designs, I believe. While Gabumon, the black version, doesn't have the same level of detail as the default Gabumon, so at least that's what I think. While as for Greymon, he's just Greymon. He's blue now. He's got the black stripes and the helmet is very similar still. He actually has almost the same color of the skin or scales with the claws here, but oh well. Odd design, but well, not very odd, but interesting. Both of these guys debuted in the same set as the Black Agumon and Gabumon, the same card game set at the beginning of the 02 era. And yeah, I don't think I have that much else to say. Well, anyway, thank you for watching. I'll be seeing you next time as I start rambling about ultimates and stuff. See you next time. Bye.